let's get into the show. And welcome everybody to the HITI pregame show with James. Pleasant Saturday afternoon to you wherever you may be. Welcome to the show as the Halos take on the Mariners. The third game of the 4-game series here coming up at 6 o'clock. If you're looking for tickets, of course, go to 714 Tickets. The Taylor Swift shows are going on until, I believe, through Wednesday at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. So check that out for information for tickets for there. Put in that code HITI. That's a big show, I know, for everyone out there in your family somewhere. Somebody's bound to like Taylor Swift. Don't forget, though, at Honda Center, Peso Pluma, Gwen Stefani will be there soon. And, of course, find all your Angel tickets, Dodger tickets, Padre tickets, whatever sporting event. We got the NFL coming up as well. So check out those tickets. Put in that code HITI for 10% off. So it's a really great deal there for all of that. No surprises or hidden fees at checkout. The price you see is the price you're going to pay. And then you'll get 5% cash back, 5% off your future purchases. And then you could just add that up throughout. So it's not a one-time thing. It just keeps going on and on and on. The number there is 714-842-5387. And I need to get stable here. So, yeah, check out 714 Tickets for all those savings you're going to get. It's really great stuff. Also, check out Noble Ale Works, of course. Really good stuff. 1621 Sinclair Street, Suite B, Anaheim, California, 92806. Mention Halos in the Infield for drink specials and free parking there during games. So it's a really great deal there. Try all the tasty brews and the eats from various food trucks from the OC. Check out the Instagram page on IG, on their Instagram page, I should say, for more information on that and the food trucks. As I said yesterday, if you get one of these cards here, it says buy one, get one free pints. Come back after the game, after the 7th inning. Let's say if it's a blowout, come back after the 7th inning for buy one, get one free special. So if you get one of these before the game, park there, get one of these before the game, then you're gold after. Before and after, you can get some deals at Noble Ale Works on some brews. You don't have to pay for parking, which is a great deal there. So it's all a great deal there at Noble Ale Works and, of course, 714 Tickets. All right, so also check out the Todd Fox postgame show after tonight's game. And we're on the league show that's going to come up probably on Monday, so check that out. And then the flagship Halos in the Infield podcast, also check that out as well. It's going to be a great one, reviewing what happened in the series, the faults. We'll see what happens with the last 2 games of this series. And then find that podcast on Podbean, Spotify, Apple, Google, and other podcast mediums. And then also find us on all the social media platforms, X meaning Twitter, I guess now. But yeah, YouTube, if you found us here, Instagram right there, Facebook, and of course, whatever X is now. So check us out. Seattle coming in at 58-52. The Angels at 56 and 55. Last night, the season series is now tied at 4 because last night, Mariners basically hit the Angels. Wasn't a good outing from Detmers. He was pitching up, BP pitches, home run derby pitches. Just was not a good outing by Detmers for sure. I know on the top of the first, Tom Murphy started out with a single to bring home Crawford to make it 1-0. Franz homered and made it 4-0 right away in the first. It was just ridiculous. That's when you knew bad times were ahead. But the Angels did strike back in that first inning with the solo shot by Rengifo, his 11th. Seems like Rengifo's been hitting really well as of late. Dylan Moore, although came back right in the second and hit a solo shot of his 5th to make it a 5-1 game. And just how things have been going on all this year where, hey, get runs, but you give runs right back. Bottom of the third, CJ Cron had a single to bring home Rengifo, and then Moustakas tied the game at 5. That reminded me of that Pittsburgh game on that Friday where Moustakas had a big home run. And then on top of the fourth, though, Julio Rodriguez hit a 2-run home run to make it 7-5. And then Moniak in the bottom of the 5th hit a game-tying home run to make it 7-7. So it was just one of those back-and-forth wild games. Moniak with his 12th. And then Suarez, who's on a good hitting streak right now, game hitting streak, brought home Rodriguez on a single to make it 8-7. And then the top of the ninth, just to add some icing on the cake, Cal Raleigh hit a home run, his 18th, to make it 9-7. And that was, of course, the final. The win goes to Topa for Seattle. Lopez got the loss. Somehow Detmers pitched enough to get no decision. The offense kind of bailed him out there. And then Brash got the save, not Munoz. But maybe we'll see Munoz in that spot tonight. We'll see if that will be the case. Just looking at again, Detmers, 4 innings, 9 hits, 7 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 3 home runs. And then Webb came in with 3 walks of his own and 2 strikeouts, but he didn't give up a run. That's odd to see there, but that's the way it goes. We first see Leon, his first inning of work with the Angels, and he had a walk and a strikeout. Moore came in, got a couple strikeouts and a hit, and then Lopez was the one who gave up a run as well as Loop late in the game. So that was really unfortunate yesterday. And then for the Mariners, looking at their pitching, the Angels got to Castillo, but couldn't get to the pitcher the night before. That was kind of odd. 6 innings, 10 hits, 7 earned runs, given up 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. But 3 home runs given up by Castillo. It's amazing how these games have gone, really, for the Angels, but that's the way it's been. So let's get to the standings real quick before we get to any news and transaction, and there's been a couple of things going on. Okay, up to the date, Seattle 58-52, 6.5 back of first place, 3 back in the wild card, and then the Angels now 9 games out of the division, 5.5 of the wild card. And it seems like they're starting to lose it a little bit here. More than a little bit, I should say. Looking at the teams ahead of the Angels, the Red Sox are 4 games back of the wild card, Yankees 3.5, and the Mariners 3 games behind the third wild card of Toronto. So, and it's crazy how this has gone so far, and we're not getting any younger in the season, that's for sure. All right, so let's get to today's the transactions here. There's been a couple of things that have gone down this morning, or this afternoon, I should say. So the Angels did select the contract of Kenny Rosenberg. He's back with the Angels. And then Jacob Webb was designated for assignment. So Sam Blum had that report, and Rosenberg has a locker, but Webb doesn't anymore. And then Sam Blum also had a interesting note here saying the playoff odds have taken a significant dip from 5.3 to 4%, 4.1 from 2 different sources, and that's the lowest they've been all season. and they're sure to go down unless the Angels pick it up and stay in some games and win them. That's basically it. All right, so let's get to the starting pitchers of today. Tyler Anderson, the lefty, will go for the Angels. Of course, he was out of University of Oregon. That's been in the news with all the college realignment. Drafted in 2011, out of the first round, 20th overall by Colorado. Fastball at 90, 80 on the changeup, and then 85 on the cutter. Fastball's right down the middle. The changeup is a good strikeout pitch when not left up. The cutter gets him in trouble. The sinker is okay, but the slider and the curveball are ones that really miss, and the sweeper as well. So he doesn't want to throw those bottom three for sure. And then looking at the pitches that have given him the most trouble, of course, the four-seam has given up 8 home runs. The changeup is the one where he gets batters out, 37 strikeouts on the year. But most of the hits are done with the four-seam fastball. And then singles and doubles are all on the changeup. So look out for that. Whatever hits he's given up, it usually they're not hard hit, but then the walks get him in trouble. So Anderson with a 4.89 ERA, 99 and 1/3 innings pitched, 80 strikeouts. The WHIP really high at 1.53. His 20th start coming up, and he's 5-2. His last start, let's go to here, was against the Blaze on the 30th, of course, of that was Sunday. Yeah, that was Sunday of July. He went 6 1/3 innings, got no decision, 7 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. So he did pretty well, but he couldn't stay in the game long enough for the Angels to give him that win. So that was really unfortunate. And it looks like he has not faced Seattle this season. So something to make note of for Tyler Anderson. George Kirby will get the start for the Seattle Mariners, the righty, 25 years of age, drafted in 2019 in the first round, 20th overall, just like Anderson, out of Elon University. So he's drafted by the Mariners. Has a good walk to strikeout ratio rate, it looks like. 96 on the fastball, 86 on the slider, 82 on the curve, and 86 on the changeup. His numbers this year, 22 starts coming up, 22nd start coming up here. He's 9-8 with a 3.43 ERA, 128 and 2/3 innings pitched, 119 strikeouts, and then his WHIP at 1.08. Fastball is like middle high. Hopefully the Angels can get after that if they could catch up to it. Sinker he leaves up. The slider is low and down and away if you're a right-handed batter. Same with the curve. Split fingers middle end. And then the changeup is also in low in the zone. So don't get fooled by that if I'm an Angel hitter. Looking at, let's see, his numbers here. Yeah, he's given up 6 home runs via the forcing fastball. Out of all the home runs, it looks like he's given up 14 this year. The most strikeouts, 62 via the fastball. So that's something to look out for there. For some reason I cannot find the walks, but I know they're here somewhere. I'm so done with that. Okay. Let's go to his last start. Yeah, right here. The last start he had was against Boston at home on the 31st. So that was, Monday of August here. Oh, no, July. Duh. Got no decision. 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. And then he's faced the Angels once this year on April 3rd in Seattle. He got the loss that day. 4 1/3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 4 earned runs given up, and 1 home run, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. That's the only time they faced the Angels this year. It's so weird now with the schedule the way it is that you don't face your what do you call it? You don't face your uh, division much. That's just weird to me after a while. So looking at his walk total, 8 the first 2 months. And then looks like, well, that can't be right. Wow. Okay, yeah. So he missed some time, but not many walks, though, in the month of May. Yeah, just one there. And then looks like 5. Yeah. No, 6, 7. And then last month, he doubled his walk total to 14. So maybe the Angels can be patient somewhat and look out for that. So that's a good sign, though. But then Tyler Anderson can't give up the walks himself and the home run. So that's interesting to think. All right, so let's get to the starting lineups for the Seattle Mariners tonight. J.P. Crawford will lead off at shortstop. Julio Rodriguez, who homered yesterday, will bat second in center field. Batting third is Inahito Suarez, a third baseman. Batting fourth is Toscar Hernandez, right fielder. Batting fifth is Ty France, the first baseman. Batting sixth is Cal Raleigh, the designated hitter, Batting seventh is Tom Murphy, the catcher. Batting eighth is Dylan Moore, the left fielder. And then batting ninth is Jose Caballero at second base. Batting for the Angels, leading off will be Luis Rengifo, the shortstop. Batting second will be Shohei Ohtani, the designated hitter, who hit his 40th home run yesterday, and also 82 RBI. And he leads the team, of course, in those ranks, and 14 stolen bases. CJ Crone will bat third at first base. Batting fourth will be Mike Moustakas at third. Batting fifth is Brandon Drury, who made his comeback yesterday, playing second base. Batting sixth, who homered yesterday, as well as Moustakas and Ohtani, Mickey Moniak in center field. Batting seventh is Hunter Renfroe in right field. Batting eighth is Randall Grichuk in left field. And then batting ninth will be Chad Wallach, the catcher behind the plate. So looking at the numbers against Kirby for the Angels, CJ Crone is hitting .667. Drury is batting 1,000, 2 for 2. Escobar 0 for 2. Wonder when we'll see him. Moniak 200, 429. Ohtani is hitting against Kirby. Renfroe hitting 333. That's weird. Renfroe hitting 231. And then Velasquez is hitting 250, but maybe we'll see him later in the game. Seattle against Tyler Anderson. Crawford's hitting 333. Francis 667. Dylan Moore is 0 for 5. Josh Rojas, maybe we'll see later or tomorrow, hitting 231. And then Suarez hitting 222. That's all against Anderson. Man, it's going to be a tough task for the Angels to get back into this race, but these games would help winning. I mean, you have to earn a split now. If you don't, you lose a series and you lose any hope. And then the wonders, and I heard this in a postgame show, and I think all September you'll wonder, or people will wonder, well, why did we keep Shohei if the Angels weren't going to win and get into the playoffs? And that's just a question that everybody's going to have to stop asking, but they're going to have to wonder and then see what the answer will be in the offseason, basically. I mean, when you think about it, they gave up potentially a lot in prospects for these rental players, and some of them haven't really done well. Grichuk and Giolito have been well below average, that's for sure. So that's really unfortunate to think about. But see if the Angels can get a win today to at least stop all those thoughts. Let's get quickly to some. The hitting streaks. Crone with 14. Ohtani, I believe, had his 11th, I want to say. And Suarez with 13. All right, the scores real quick. Toronto defeated Boston in a wild finish, 5-4 at Fenway today. And this was a theme today with runners on base. I forget whom it was, but they thought the game was over. They thought it was going to be a home run over the monster. He was celebrating, rounding, or going to between second and third. The third base coach didn't know what really was going on. I thought that's a theme with Hasselman with the Angels here. But then he got doubled up because it was caught by Kidmeyer, and he had an easy throw to Espinal to second, and the game was over because there was one out. And so double play happened. But that was just amazing to think how a game can end like that with a mental mistake and a visual mistake too, not following that ball. But maybe Fenway Park and that wall has something to do with that. The monster thinking that, oh yeah, it's going to be hit long enough. I don't even have to worry about it. I'm going to have my hand in the air thinking the game's over. And boom, you get doubled up and the game is over. And that's why the Red Sox are now 4 back in the wild card. Washington defeated Cincinnati 7-3. So Cincinnati needing to keep pace. Crazy game in Arlington. The Rangers defeat the Marlins 9-8. The Cubs win at Wrigley 8-6 over the Braves. And then the Tigers spoiled the debut of that one pitcher I forgot. But they win 4-2 over the Rays. I believe it was, what's his name? I have it here. Aaron Savali, yeah. Spoiled his day today. His debut with the Rays did the Tigers. And then 3-1, the Yankees defeat the Astros at the stadium in the Bronx. There was a horrible effort made by Stanton running around third. He thought maybe the ball went into the gap, and he was tagged out so early by the catcher of Houston. And, Stanton's been really bad this year. And you could really tell that he's off, and then that the injuries are getting to him for sure. So those are scores that already happened. Games that already happened, excuse me. The Phillies lead the Royals, who have been hot as of late. I think they've won 7 straight. The Phillies do lead 8-6 in Philadelphia. That's the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 3rd, the Orioles lead the Mets 2-0 in Baltimore. The Bay Bridge series going on in Oakland, no score, bottom of the 3rd. Also no score, Arizona at Minnesota. Both have the same records. That's in the top of the 1st. The White Sox lead the Guardians in Cleveland 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Excuse me. No score, Pittsburgh at Milwaukee, top of the 3rd there. The Cardinals lead the Rockies 1-0 in St. Louis. And then later on at 5:40, it will be the Dodgers and the Padres at 6:40. And the Dodgers continuing to looking to continue their onslaught against the Padres this year. Padres have only won 1 game out of all their matchups this year. So, and it's a winning streak too. So, the Padres trying to break that losing streak to LA, at least in the regular season. Then you have the Angels and Mariners, of course, at 6:07. That's Kirby against Anderson. The schedule coming up for the Angels, one more against the Mariners tomorrow afternoon at 1:07. And then 3 against the Giants, which is two teams here with important matchups. They're all important for now and tough schedule here. And then the Angels go out after Thursday, day off. They go on the road to face the 2 Texas teams. So you would think if the Angels lose the majority of these games here coming up, it's already done. You have to really, really think that, unfortunately. All right, so let's get to our comments and then we'll get out of here. Eric saying, "Hey James, hey Eric, how are you? Good game yesterday. Uh, Day before, unfortunately, it's always on the losing side for the Angels here." Oops. Hanky Panky Cards mentioning there's a lot of baseball to be played and the season starts tonight. God. I guess I can never unhear that now, as many times as that's been played on the pregame show, you know? So that's YouTube comments. Let's get to some Instagram comments here. Thank you for everybody, of course, that joined in. Good stuff, as always. Dad R saying, sad to say, Seattle probably going to sweep the Angels. They also say it's funny how when the Angels score runs, pitching can't pitch, and same the other way, and that's for sure. Underscore fifth underscore king. I like that. It's been so frustrating. If it's not one thing, it's another. And that's for sure. Injuries, poor pitching, the offense disappears, the defense makes an issue out of easy plays. It's those three things, or four things, I should say. MCJ underscore 45 saying we are going to miss the Angels. They're not going anywhere, but yeah, I guess the season, I guess you'll miss for sure. MCJ also mentions love the Angels family. Yeah, we all do. Hopefully, you'll be out at the tailgate. I think we'll have a small one in September sometime. Just asked Todd Fox about that. Dan Rios mentioning on the YouTube channel here in the comments, might go to the game tonight. Go to 714 tickets for that. Put in that code HITI, by the way, to get 10% off. But this team has made it difficult to want to pay to see them, you know? Yeah, and that's why I haven't gone as much. I only went Thursday, and my friend wanted to go because it was Shohei. If it wasn't Shohei, he wouldn't have gone, and I wouldn't have gone. And I usually go for the giveaways, but luckily I have a little hookup before each game, and I know I can call him and say, "Hey, can you get an extra giveaway?" That's not a bobblehead, of course, and he's been really good with that as of late. So tonight's the trading cards. Speaking of cards, hanky panky. There is a trading card night, so you want to get out there for that dying print form, I guess. But that's really sad to think about that. How, you know, people my age and the ages before, grew up on playing, trading cards, and trade them, have them as mementos, and now the ones that they have now, unless it's freaking a signed one or it has a jersey on it or something. Now it's just it doesn't it's worth nothing basically. It seems like for trading cards, but that's what they're giving out tonight. If you get out there in the next half hour or so, you'll be guaranteed some trading cards. Pretty good stuff here. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here. Again, the Mariners and the Angels, third game of the 4-game series. As yes, I do live by an airport. Hopefully, the Angels can win today, win tomorrow, make it a split. Hopefully, we're not talking about the possibilities of being swept tomorrow. Again, George Kirby go for the Angels, for the Mariners, the righty, and then for the Angels, the lefty, Tyler Anderson. See if he can keep runners off the base pass today. We hope so. Justin Football 08 did mention here, you think Taylor Ward comes back next season or retires after being hit by that pitch in Toronto? No, I think he'll be back. He'll be back in spring training and all that. We do remember how last year's injury went for him, where he was never the same and just ended up missing a lot of time. And just sucks because it happened to be another face injury or head injury. And I can see by your name, Justin Football, the dangers of head injuries. Justin also mentions he will be at the game Monday versus the Giants, and that should be always fun when the Giants come by. Of course, it's every couple of years now with the way that the schedule's now going to be. So enjoy that. Tag Halos in the infield if you can. If you have any pictures or stories or shorts or reels or videos or whatever, tag us if you can. Justin Football 08. So everyone take care. Go Halos. Let's not screw things up still, right?